Woke and Ready TV. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. You know, as my platform growing, I see a lot of people starting to subscribe to my channel and like my videos, share my videos, and I want to thank everybody. And I know a lot of people is like curious to know who I am, so I'm gonna lay it all out for y'all, let y'all know who I am. You know what I mean? They call me Doe Streetz, from Philadelphia, born and raised. You know what I mean? Born in South Philly. When I was about 5, 6 years old, moved to Southwest Philly, 1990, during the JBM era. You know what I mean? Grew up in Southwest, saw a lot of things. You know, when I was around maybe like 13 years old, I got into music, love&hiphop. Started writing crazy. Started battling dudes. You know, at the age of 13. Also got into the streets a little bit, hustling, getting in a little trouble at school, things like that. But my passion was always music. Formed a rap group called FU. The first name we had was Third World, some dudes from the neighborhood, from the back streets of 53rd Street all the way down to like Baltimore Ave. That whole 53rd Street, Third World was us. We kept the hood together through our music. You know what I mean? That was around the time Beanie Siegel, Major Figures was running the streets. Had the streets on lock. They was smashing shit in a rap game. You know what I mean? We was in the studio, you know what I mean? Like, faithfully killing shit. Everybody knew us. You know what I mean? Beans knew us. The Figures knew us. We was everywhere, to the point we had shit on the radio. We did tracks with people like Styles P, Ab Lava from Major Figures, Roscoe Pico Chain, signed artists, major artists. Met a lot of people, rocked a lot of shows. You know what I mean? You know, but life moved on for me. You know, music wasn't really making no money like that, so, you know, got back in the streets a little bit. Started working. You know what I mean? But I still was doing my music shit. Met a female. You know what I mean? Had my son, Lil Trey. Then, not too long after that, had another son, Amir. And, you know, things ain't worked out between me and their mother. You know, and, you know, I was a struggling single father, trying to take care of them, doing what I gotta do. You know what I mean? I was single for like 8 years, you know what I mean? Messing with this chick, that chick, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to get in no more relationships after that. So, you know, I'm still in the streets, still fucking with music. But in the midst of all that, you know what I mean, I seen a lot of my close friends get killed, go to jail. Some of them, like, a lot of them lost their lives. And I know, for me, I didn't want that for myself, because I know I had 2 sons to look after. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, I felt like I was like losing hope and everything. You know, couldn't really keep a job. You know what I mean? Hustling shit was getting played out. All my main squad, you know what I mean, I was getting a couple dollars with. Niggas got indicted. You know what I mean? And everything was like falling apart. So I just found myself in this dark space for like 3 straight years. You know what I mean? I caught a couple cases but it wasn't nothing major. You know, little petty shit. Just felt my life like dang. Felt like I was missing something, though. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't being the man I wanted to be for myself, so that I can be the father that I needed to be for my sons. And in the middle of all this, I'm still in these streets. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, we at war. You know what I mean? My team, more niggas dying. And I just felt like this is it. You know what I mean? Felt like I was going to die out there in them streets, man. Came across, you know, my wife now on through Facebook. I already knew her. You know what I mean? Knew her all my life. And you know, we just lost touch. You know, we was kids. Like, we knew each other. We was little. She from my block. We started talking. Boom, 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 boom. I always had mad love for her. She was like 3 years older than me. We was younger. I always had this crush on her when we was little. So, you know, I got kids. She got kids now. We grown now. We talking and talking. I knew I was missing something out of my life, though. I knew I was missing that woman. You know what I mean? And I never would have thought it would have been her. Told her what was going on. Everything that was going on around me. You know, she was a little scared and nervous. She didn't want me to be where I was at, where I was living at. She was like, yo, I'm kind of scared for you. With all this shit that's going on around you. You losing friends. Why don't you just come stay with me? I said, all right. Stay with her. Never look back, man. You know what I mean? Never look back. And told myself I ain't gonna never do it wrong. Put a ring on her finger. You know what I mean? We ended up having 2 beautiful daughters together. You know, my life was just like, since we was together, everything changed. You know, just everything, like, for the best. So I made a vow to myself to be the best man for me, so I could be the best man for her, my children, and my boys. But through all that, like, me and my sons never really got to restore that relationship, that bond. We had a better bond, like, when they were younger. But as you know, they got older. And me and my wife now got closer. It was like my son's mom, I can honestly say that she didn't like that. It was like a jealousy thing. And she been moved on. It's neither here nor there, though. I still pray that one day that, you know, me and my sons can, you know, get together and just have that father to sons talk and try to, you know, restore our relationship. You know what I mean? A dream of mine is to be sitting at a table one day with me, my wife, and all my children, even my stepchildren. You know what I mean? So, time went on. I still, you know, dibbled and dabbled with music. Started a business, woke and ready. You know, still work. You know, getting an honest dollar, left the streets alone. I say all that to say that every day is still a struggle for me. It's times that I be itching to get back in the streets, but I know I'm older. And I know it's a whole nother generation out there, you know what I mean, that's ruthless. You don't care, they ain't got no respect. Especially for no dudes that stepping out on them streets that used to be out there. You know what I mean? But I know it's so easy if I wanted to. You know what I mean? But I would have to go in, both feet in, and have no remorse, no nothing. You know what I mean? I never claimed to have been this big time gangster or this big time drug dealer. Nah. But I was well respected always, and I knew a lot of people, and I still know a lot of people. But life moved on, and we got older, and we grew. So I dedicate myself to telling the youngins and letting them know that it's somebody out there that been through the same thing that you're going through now. And that somebody is me. You know what I mean? I know how I feel. To feel like, you know what I mean, all the walls is closing in on you. It ain't no hope. Nobody ain't got no love for you. You got kids depending on you. You know what I mean? I lost my mother last year. That was like took everything out of me. But I know she want to see me keep moving and keep doing the right thing for my wife and and her grandchildren. You know what I mean? I just want these youngins to know that it's cool to find you a good woman and turn your life around and just do the right thing that you have to do for yourself and your family. Because it ain't no love out here in these streets, man. I'm a little emotional just pouring this out right now. There ain't no love in them streets, man. Every day somebody dying, mothers losing their sons. You know what I mean? Mothers losing their daughters. Fathers losing their sons. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And it's hard when all you know is the streets, and that's what you grew up around, especially coming from Philadelphia. It's hard to just say, okay, now I'm gonna do this, and it's a process. But just hang on, just hang in there, man. Just hang in there, for real. Every day is a struggle for me still. Every single day, it's a struggle. But I thank God for my wife and my family and everybody that believed in me. Because at one point I ain't believe in myself, man. I may not have became this big time rapper or whatever that I always, dreamt about. I never really chased the fame like that. But I feel as though I made it. You know what I mean? And you can make it. That's me. That's who I am. That's my life, man. That's my life story. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Peace and love.